I can't believe it's actually come to this, but I guess I have to explain comedy to some people. I made a parody video a couple weeks ago that was about how, year after year, in spite of the recent failures of Call of Duty games, the Call of Duty cycle cannot be broken. It is the same shit, year in and year out. Love the current game for a couple of months in the honeymoon phase, then start to hate on it and reminisce about how the previous game wasn't as bad as everybody said it was, and then start hyping up the new game that'll come out this year. I mentioned it twice in that video, at the beginning and at the end. It's kind of the thesis of the parody. So in order to drive the point home, I pretended to be a content creator that would feed into the Call of Duty cycle machine by taking a clip from the mobile Call of Duty Heroes game and break it down as if it was in the next Call of Duty game. I also took some of Vonderhaar's tweets and tried to grasp at straws to interpret if there was a secret message in them by assigning ridiculous percentage numbers to some of those claims. 69%, 98.6%. You guys get it? If those numbers ring a bell, well, if they don't ring a bell, then you're in deep shit. But anyways, it was then tweeted out by the man himself, David Vonderhaar, and I have no idea how he saw this video because I certainly didn't send it to him, and I looked back in his mentions and I couldn't see anyone else that had sent it to him. So if Vonderhaar is subscribed to me, what up, Vaughn? How's it going, man? He had a sense of humor about the whole thing, even though I dissed his game more harshly than Nas and Ether. But there were some people in the community that thought that I was taking backhanded shots at some of the content creators on YouTube that do these type of videos, specifically Biblical Reaper. I was quick to point out in the comments section that this wasn't directed at him at all, but as a scathing commentary about the Call of Duty cycle. However, some of the content creators that just hopped on the bandwagon and made rant videos that specifically targeted Reaper and complained to me when they were blocked for doing so. There's a huge difference between a parody and a rant video. Even if my video was a shots fired at Reaper specifically, which again, my video is not about that at all, it is radically different than sounding off into a microphone for 5 minutes. A parody video is made in jest, even if it's got an underlying between the lines type of social commentary versus a rant video, which is made out of emotion and anger, and it's always straight to the point, no bullshit, no like double ententes going on. Then, there were some of Reaper's closest friends, including T-Bets and JD from NY, that made a few videos defending Reaper amidst all of these negative rant videos. Now, I didn't watch T-Bets' video at first because I don't have a guilty conscience, and I don't watch anything with Call of Duty 2015 in the title because I'm not fucking interested about the next Call of Duty game. The next Call of Duty game's gonna come out, and if I like it, then I'll play it, and if not, then I won't fucking buy it. Anyways, I watched JD's video and left him a comment that said something along the lines of, if there's a market for this type of video content, then there will be somebody that provides that content. I won't watch it because it's not content that I enjoy, but as my thesis states, there are people that will want information about the next game because it's all part of the fucking cycle, baby. Reaper happens to be that someone that fills the need, but where JD was completely incorrect and off the mark is that he said anyone would do it if they were in the same position. I know that I would not do this because I only make content that I want to watch, and like I said earlier, I don't watch this type of content. It's just not my thing. Of course, there will be someone that will do it, but to say anyone would is just completely incorrect. It wasn't until Frito made a video about the entire situation that I then went back and watched T-Bets' video, and it's pretty obvious that he described my video since I used the title that said Call of Duty 2015 Black Ops 3 World at War II Leaks and Info Killstreaks Parody. He claimed that since I titled my video in such a manner that would drive search engine views, that I was essentially doing the same thing that Biblical Reaper does when he makes somewhat misleading titles to get higher results in the search engine. Again, a comedy lesson here. Everything about the video I did is all part of the joke. This includes the title. The title has nothing to do with me trying to get the most views. Vonderhaar already took care of that for me. Every single thing in that video is there for a reason. For example, I chose the tweets to break down from Vandahar not because Reaper had covered them, because he covers all of them anyways, right? But because they fit my narrative of having letters in the proper order for my decoder ring joke. I had to have letters in the certain order to make the phrases that was World at War II or Black Ops 3 to incorporate that joke into it. Now, I also chose the Call of Duty Heroes video because I knew it was from a completely different game and wanted to pass it off as legit, even though I knew it was fake as fuck. I spent the first minute of the video trying to delay the actual meat of the content, because that's what every single one of these videos of this nature does. It's not just Biblical Reaper. Go ahead, type in the search bar Call of Duty 2015 leak or news or whatever. Watch the first minute of every single video on there. It's all the same shit. People asking for likes and all that other garbage that people do in the minute of those type of videos. So, I did the same exact thing in my video. And people that were complaining that it took me too long to get to the point, well, that's the fucking point. That's the same exact thing that other people do on their videos. I did it on fucking purpose, people. This is all part of parodying the original work. And some people in my other parody videos say I sound like a douche when I do Glenn Schofield, but that's the fucking point. It's supposed to sound like an asshole because that's how meatheads are portrayed, and Glenn Schofield, my portrayal of him, is a meathead. Lessons aside, the bottom line here is I don't harbor any ill feelings towards Biblical Reaper or anyone else that makes a video of this type of nature. Like I said, I won't watch it, but other people can if they're interested in it. Since Biblical Reaper hasn't blocked me, as of now, I'd assume that he doesn't have any bad feelings towards me either. If Reaper enjoys making this type of content, then that's what it's all about. I mean, I did kind of enjoy trying to grasp at straws when looking over that mobile game trailer, and I know that he loves talking Call of Duty, so I don't think he's selling out as people claim. He's found a way that he could do what he enjoys, and it just happens to get more reward from it. That is, unless he hates making these type of videos. That's a completely different story, and I can't defend that. That is the definition of selling out. Making shit that you don't enjoy just to get ahead. As far as JD and T-Bets go, I also don't have any ill thoughts on them either. I just wanted to give a rebuttal to their points so that they knew where I was coming from instead of just assuming things. And then to Frito's video, he nailed some of the constructive criticism aspects that any content creator should take as feedback to make their stuff better. But to just dismiss objective critique as being a hater is just taking an easy cop-out because it's something you don't want to hear. I'm not being a hater or jelly bro when I say that that type of content is sleazy because it's got borderline misleading titles and presenting speculation as actual news or leaks. That's objectively true. Those things are true. That's not me being a hater, that's me stating a fact. Another thing about parody videos is that you could parody anything. I enjoy playing Titanfall and Battlefield 4 and even Advanced Warfare, but yet even I poke fun at things that I enjoy. Just because I parody something doesn't mean I'm bashing it or hating on it. I get this rage comment a lot on my patch or trailer parody videos, but you can make fun of things that you enjoy or that you respect. So again, even if my video was a parody of Biblical Reaper, you could still make parodies of things that you enjoy or that you respect or that you really like. It doesn't have to always be on something that you hate. Nothing is off limits in comedy, and people seem to not understand this fact. And finally, the funniest, or most pathetic, depending upon how you look at it, part in all of this is that there are people in my comment section on that video that are genuinely pissed off that the news that I presented was all bullshit and from that mobile game. This just proves my point 1,000 times over. They don't even have the fucking awareness to realize I'm making fun of the very same people that are looking for information about a game that nobody has any info about and that people won't be able to play until November's anyways. This is why I did the video in the fucking first place, and that just proved my point even fucking more than I could have ever imagined. I tore up my ticket for the Call of Duty hype train after switching over to Battlefield 4 before Ghost came out, and I wish more people would realize that, to steal a line from Ozzy, they're going off the rails on this crazy train. As long as there are people riding this train, there will be conductors that keep the train running along, whether that be Allier or T. Martin or Biblical Reaper or whomever the next person is.